Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in our virtual studio of making a new game for a new computer. And since this is our third edition, I would expect that you know what is the project, what are the project objectives, and what is the computer that we are going to use. So I'm going to skip future reference, and in future I'm going to just jump in the details for the specific episode. So what we have now, in the past I have shown you the game, but this is not the actual game, rather it's more the game engine that is doing the game physics. And by physics I mean different objects that are moving, interacting with each other, uh, when they are going to be shown, when they are going to be hidden, and so on and so on. And to move from an engine, or you may even call it a proof of concept, to an actual game, we need to add elements that are common for many games. And what are these elements? Usually we have a nice intro, it could be a video or some nice graphics. Also, we have title screens with menus. We have things like help system, high score system, or any other system that is specific to a specific game. So, in order to implement this, usually when I have done 8-bit coding, I have done this by hard coding all the logic that is behind. But this time I wanted to do something different. To take approach that will give me a more freedom to add elements, to remove elements, to move elements, and so on and so on. And different games uses different approaches. Like game like Final Fantasy uses script, and script is something that is very complicated way, and it requires a lot of coding with a lot of memory. So I wanted to use something that is more simple and still have flexibility. And to be honest, on a subconscious level, I always thought that using this fancy structure that we use in contemporary computer languages is something that is not good for 8-bit. But as I'm going to show you a little bit later, this is not the case. So one simple structure, simple things that could be used is a state machine. State machine is really something that easily defined different states, easily defined things like changing state, like condition from moving from one state to another, or if you want to reduce some of the game logic, it's easily to change and order things. And just to show you that this is actually the perfect for 8-bit computer, I'm going to share a little bit, a few numbers, like the total number of instructions to do the state machine is 6. So with 6 instructions, I was able to do the state machine logic. Also, it may be interesting for you that these 6 machine instructions takes only 12 bytes. Yeah, it's not 12 gigabytes or terabytes, it's only 12 bytes. And of course there is some data that need to be processed, but the data depends of how many states you have, and so on and so on. So, without future details, let's jump into the game. And voila! The first element that is kind of must for each game is the title screen. In the title screen you may see the blue-haired girl. She is our main protagonist in the game. She is the one that is driving the car that you have already seen and will see in a little bit. Also, next to her we can see the main antagonist, and this is this little furry thing, the cat. Yes, the cat is our main antagonist. We must be careful how we drive so we don't actually stumble on it. Okay, so also there is a menu. Currently we have only 3 elements in the menu, but probably in the future we'll have to add more. The high score or Hall of Fame is not implemented yet, but the rest are. Help screen is actual screen that shows us all the information needed for the game, like controls, objective, and so on and so on. It has this nice scroll effect, I really like it. And of course our main point is the game or the playing. One thing is that is changed from before. We have this initial countdown, and this is part of the original game. So we have this. Most of the changes that are done for the game engine are adding sound effect. And let me stop the music so we can hear them. Okay, the first effects that I want to demonstrate is the jets. Listen. When you try to jump, you can use the jets that will change the altitude. Also, we have a sound effect when we collect things like oil cans or even the balloons. When we shoot, we have another effect. Let's get more targets. Okay, here we have and the next thing is maybe you remember our cat had a bug and didn't behave the way it should. This is fixed now and we have this. And because we lose a life and this was our last life, we are returned to the main screen or title screen. Okay, so there are all the changes so far. Have fun and see you next time.